Alright, so I figured it'd be easier to do a video than to write an email. That way I can show you what I'm looking at. So, alright, so let's see here. Let's do a little breakdown here real quick. So, I log on to BulldogLifestyles.com. It's obviously a tattoo parlor and smoke shop. Right here, got a nice little slider. Nothing wrong with that. I'd probably make this whole page full width. The background area there isn't really adding too much value. I'll probably make this full width so that way it spans the entire page. Make it responsive, obviously, so that way it dynamically resizes with whatever screen you're on, if they're on mobile, etc. I'm guessing the site probably isn't too mobile accessible right now. We'll cover that in a second. The first thing I notice immediately is that half the pictures aren't even loading, so don't even know what the content on any of those are. Another thing, I'm going down here, look at the mailing list. No explanation why I would want to join the mailing list. The CAPTCHA is enabled here. We don't want to use the CAPTCHA basically because unless you're having a whole bunch of problems with spam, it's just one more step that the person has to complete in order to make a form submission, and each step drops off submissions by like 25%. So if you can do away with the CAPTCHA, that would be good. Now, on top of that, the CAPTCHA isn't properly configured. As you can see here, you have to go get your API key from Google's CAPTCHA service for that to be enabled, so this wouldn't even do anything right now if I did type something into it. Let's see here, social, like us, check in, blah blah blah. Again, no icons, so I'd probably disregard that if I came to the site. So let's go through this page by page. So let's see what about. Okay, so the very first item in the navigation menu here is about. The about is a wall of text that is about the shop. I'm a big believer in that everything you do should be about adding value or speaking to results. Most people just frankly don't care about your company's history. I probably wouldn't put this as the very first navigation option. I'd probably throw this to the end and then break it up so it's not just a wall of text. Yelp reviews, that's good there. Again, these aren't working right here. I'm guessing those are Google Maps or something along those lines. Let's see here, go to body shop. Let's take a look at Isaac here. Okay, this is real nice. Nice picture gallery. I'd probably make this more of an animated grid Ajax gallery, just to make it a little more interactive, a little more fun. Let's see, when I click through to it, it opens a light box. That's fine. Again, picture's not working here. Talks a little bit about Isaac. Hopefully this is a picture of Isaac's face. That's what I would expect to see here. I guess in the same setup for Derek. Yep, same setup. To the piercing section. Okay, so we got more of the same stuff. This is all fine. This doesn't really need to be changed. You can make it look a little sexier, but other than that, solid content there. One thing with this, with paragraphs, you don't want a huge paragraph of text. It's just difficult for the human eye to read. You'll notice in books they do this, but sometimes on the internet, especially when you're viewing on a backlit monitor, you want to have, breaks almost every sentence or every other sentence, so that way it's broken up a little bit more. Try and use bullets and anything you can to just break up the text so it's not just a giant wall of text. Over to the smoke shop. Let's see here, bubblers. Okay, it talks about what bubblers are. Just talks about what they are. Doesn't seem to offer the ability to buy or really say anything that anyone doesn't know. I'm guessing anyone who goes to a smoke shop already knows what the fuck a bubbler is. Let's see, vaporizers, my personal favorite. Okay, talks a little bit about that. Probably should throw some pictures in there, again, to break up the content, little visual aid, makes it a little more engaging. But I'm guessing all this other stuff is pretty much the same. I would expect a shop here, or at least a list of what kind of stuff, at least pictures of what you guys have in the store. So it's not just a generic description of what the items are, since again people already know what that is if they're coming to a smoke shop. Contact us page. This looks pretty solid. I probably rearranged it a little bit, but it's got everything you need. It's got all the emails. It's got the contact form. So that's fine. Let's see here, Bulldog lights. Let's see what's over here. Okay, so it talks about it for a second. There's no pictures. The description's too short. Also, from an SEO perspective, This whole site suffers from what's referred to as thin content. This page is a great example. You've got basically one sentence of content. Everything else here is just duplicate content that's on other pages. All this navigation, all this stuff at the bottom. The only actual real content on this page is this heading right here and the sentence. Google penalizes the shit out of sites that do that. You need to have at least 400 words on each of these pages. My advice would be to consolidate some of the pages so you can get more content, or simply just write more content. That would be the best way. Take a look at the diffusers. I got a picture here. Yeah, see, so all the Bulldog lights, I would make all these pages, I put them together into one single page. And that would solve the thin content issue, and just from a user interface perspective, it would be much easier to navigate. Clothing line, let's see here. Okay, it's about clothing, and yet it gives a description of clothing, but no pictures of the clothing, no ability to purchase the clothing, generally not adding too much value. If these are individual clothing lines, which is what I'm guessing they are, this information about them could be found on their website. I don't know why anyone would come here to find it, so you want to add more value there. Some of them just don't have anything. This is definitely from an SEO perspective not good. Specials. Okay, some sort of coupon, no picture for the coupon. That's pretty, that should be fixed. Let's see here. With the coupon, you want to also probably put a gate, so that way they have to put their email in order to receive the coupon, or not. It's up to you, but might as well grab an email for later remarketing attempts. Up here you have what is referred to as a citation. Citations are outrageously important for local rankings, and a citation consists of name, address, and phone number. This is an address and phone number. This should be formatted, name of the company, address, one line, the city needs to be in there, and then the phone number on the next line. That's how it should appear here and all of your other profiles like Yelp. And they should all be consistent. The consistency of what this looks like between here and Yelp and all the other business directories, it needs to look the same, otherwise you suffer a huge hit. Bulldog Lifestyles. Okay, in the background, hold on, I just want to go back here. In the background there appears to be, I'm not sure what this is, it kind of looks like a chick with her legs spread getting something up her ass. I don't know what that is. Presumably it's the logo. Just thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, that's basically it. I would just change around the content a little bit, change around the design, make sure those pictures are working, and then I'd probably make this full width and make it responsive. Speaking of which, let's see what this looks like on mobile here. Let's see here, responsive emulator. Let's take a look at what this site would look like on mobile devices. Okay, so the slider is not responsive, so basically it's completely invisible. The whole page isn't responsive. Excuse me. You only see part of it. This adds no value to the mobile user. Keep in mind that some industries have about 60% of their traffic coming from mobile, so mobile needs to be on lock. It is not currently. iPad looks alright on iPad. Desktop looks alright. So yeah, need to get it responsive. Honestly, like $500 will get you a nice responsive theme with nice Ajax portfolio for those pictures over here in the body shop, stuff like that. I'd probably spend a couple bucks to get this updated, or at a minimum just learn how to use WordPress and just go buy a theme and put it on there or something. Something that's responsive. That's really what matters more than anything else, is that people can access it on mobile. Anyways, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you later.